Do you ever feel scattered, tense, disorganized in thought, or just overwhelmed after maybe running some errands, or you leave and go to a concert, a party, a doctor's appointment, grocery shopping, but you're just around a large amount of people and you come back and you just feel completely drained, or you have some new aches and pains you didn't have when you left? Those are things that can be energy drainers, and we're going to talk today about how we can ground and clear ourselves, and we're going to do it tied to the earth elements that you might feel most connected to or are tied to your sun sign, which is set according to the day and month you are born. So if you are interested in hearing some of those tools and how you can do them specifically to elements of the earth that you are drawn to, then you want to stay tuned for some of those tools today. And I'm Erica, your host of Powered by Joy podcast. And if you are somebody who struggles with feeling bored, stuck, or frustrated, just struggling to make change in your life in any particular area, we're looking at ways to find change, joy, using play and adventure and other ideas to just explore how we can change our lives and just feel more empowered to bring in more happiness and ease. And so if that is something you're looking into and like to talk about or listen to, then you're in the right place, my friends. And I also want to make sure and talk to you about the fact that we also have some awesome things in my show notes, and they are adjusting tools that we have. So one is going to be about your best day intentions of how you can set yourself up for success for your day, some tools, how to go about doing that are available to you that are going to be in the show notes. I'm also set up and scheduled for the next monthly play dates for mamas, for those mamas that are burned out, need a little break, or you're empty nest and you're not sure what to do when you have some downtime because you didn't have that before. And you can find all the details on my website of those. That's coming up in October if you're in the Boise, Idaho area locally. And so you can check those out as well. And then I also have an offerings page where if you want to connect with me one-on-one, all of that is in the show notes where you can jump onto my website. So now on to the good stuff. I love this topic and it's so fun. So I am somebody who, we'll call it decades of my life, definitely found that I would leave the house or interact and go throughout my day, and I would start to take on emotions and feelings, and maybe I'd start to have a headache or some hip pain. And I always assumed that all of these things coming into my experience were me. It never occurred to me that I might be picking up on other people's stuff called energy. So I came across the term empath and learned a little bit about how some of us are more tuned in to other people's energy and we may absorb it a little bit more. And then just now, I feel like more recently we hear way more about the science behind how energy is in everything and how we interact with it. Our bodies emit energy, especially when we're feeling certain kinds of ways. And you walk into a room and someone just had a fight, I'm pretty sure you can usually feel the energy in the room, right? You know what I'm talking about. Or you're going down the street or you're in the line at the store and you get the heebie-jeebies and you turn around and like some creepy person's like approaching you. Like we are very tuned in human beings, and especially when we're listening to that, when we practice listening to that, then the louder that voice gets. But I like to think of it almost like, like the balloon where you would rub it and then everything would stick to it. It'd be very staticky, or your shirt, everything clings to your shirt when it was staticky out of the dryer, and you walk through your day and you just kind of picture things going boom, boom, like coming to you and sticking to you. And then you get to the end of the day and you're just like carrying around all this extra energy off of everybody you pass through. You might not even talk to them, but you just walked by somebody who was having a horrible day and you just like wafted through their energy field and picked up this horrible mood, right? So how do we ground ourselves and clear ourselves and cut that off so that that doesn't affect us? Well, when I first started this journey, I was doing it once a day and it just felt like it went away really fast. And I was like, I get to the end of the day and I'd start my next day and be like, it didn't work. I still, struggled all day, and I had all these, sensations and moods and things coming at me. And so I slowly started to learn more tools, but one of them was how it's almost like brushing your teeth. You got to do it more than once a day, and you need to do it every day. And it's really important at the beginning and the end of the day. So I realized that instead of doing like a one long intention and clearing myself in the morning and grounding myself, I actually needed to do it throughout the day multiple times. And I couldn't take a bunch of time to do it. I needed to figure out tools that I could do that were quick and effective, and like I could do pretty much anywhere. And so I tried to come up with some different techniques, and some didn't work, some did. I asked around, I Googled, YouTube, read books, and so I tried all sorts of techniques. I found that one of the ways that I could dial in something that worked for me was looking into what earth sign what earth element was tied to my sun sign. So that led me on to a little discovery journey. And so I'm born in November, and I'm born on the 20th. So my sun sign falls into the Scorpio sign. So that's where the sun, where astrology is. So I fell under that. So like my sister's December 14th. So she's a Sagittarius sun sign. My other sister's September 27th. So she's a Libra sun sign. So all of those have a different element assigned. So there's 4 elements. And so each one has different signs under it. So I'm going to go over all those, so don't worry about it. So I'll briefly tell you what each one is. And then if you don't know what your sun sign is, it's super easy. You can just go in and Google the sentence, "What is my sun sign?" free. And it will give you tons of websites you can jump into, and you just type in your date of birth and it will tell you what your sun sign is. Okay. So super easy to find out if you don't know. And then I have an awesome handout that you can look at if you need something visual. I have visuals that will be in the show notes, so you can quickly look at your sun sign and see what your element is. So like mine is water. So I'm a Scorpio, that is a water sign. And so for me, I started exploring things around water to clear my energy and ground myself. So I'm going to go through each of the 4 elements, and I'm going to tell you which sun signs fall under those. So it might sound a little complicated, but like I said, if you need a visual after the fact, just jump into the show notes and you can get that for free as well. So I'm just going to pull up my cheat sheet because I can't remember all 12 of the signs off the top of my head. Imagine that. So first is air, and the sun signs under air are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then the second one is water, and the sun signs under water are Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. The third one is fire, and fire signs, sun signs are Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And the fourth one is earth, and the sun signs under that are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So you can definitely refer to my visuals because I know that was something that I went through super fast. And so what I'm going to do next is go through 2 to 3 ideas for each of the 4 elements. And these are going to be quick, effective tools you can use to ground and clear your energy. All right, air signs. One you could do is if you have a feather or a fan or something to fan yourself, what you do is you take it and you set an intention that you are just clearing yourself. And if you're not watching this, I'm waving in a waving fashion, like I'm fanning myself. And you're setting an intention, clearing away any negative energy and releasing it. And then go and do that all the way down from your head to your toes. And then on the way back up, just picture that you're fanning and bringing in the air and the energy of love, light, ease, peace, whatever it is that you're needing a little bit more of in the moment. Another one would be it just through breath work, but you inhale through your nose and then you exhale through your mouth, but we're doing it kind of forcefully. The exhale is kind of more forceful. So we're like going, and then clap your hands and shake them off. Just, okay, just releasing that. Just picture just letting everything just fly off you, cutting anything off, like in the air, just like wave. You can wave your arms around like you're cutting any cords tied to you in the air around you. So those are a couple that you can do for the air sign. And then on the water sign, think of it as any time that you sip water or drink water. That can be a sign where instead of just sipping it mindlessly to hydrate, which is a good reminder, but when you do that, set an intention. As I'm sipping this water, I'm letting it cleanse and ground and just wash away any negative thing stuck to me. I'm washing off the stuff that's stuck to me, the energy stuck to me. And then another good one is washing your hands. We're not trying to be OCD, but if you're just feeling like maybe you just had a phone call that really upset you, go wash your hands slowly. Just feel how your hands feel as you wash them with some soap. Just feel the water cleansing away, setting that intention of washing away that interaction. Another one is a shower, whole body cleansing. That's a really common way to ground and clear yourself with water is a shower. Fantastic way as a water sign. Again, that's one that I like to use as a Scorpio, as a water sign. And then let's move on to the fire. So fire signs, one that you could do is a candle. Some people cannot light them where they live or where they are. Maybe you're in your car. But if you are a fire sign or drawn to that element, then if you don't have access to a candle that you can light, then literally look one up and do a video of one on your phone if you have to, or even a battery operated candle if you're not allowed to light a candle where you live or something. But when you do start that, light it or pull it up on your phone, gaze at the flame while you are letting all of the negative energy just go into the flame. You're releasing it, picturing it just incinerating and burning up, and poof, it's going away. So that's another option with the candles and just picturing that flame. Another one is fire breath. And so this is where you're breathing in to the count of 4 and then you're exhaling. So it's do that for 1 minute if you can, maybe even 2, just until you feel your energy start to shift. And as you're doing that deep belly breath, it builds fire energetically in your belly. Just picture it burning up incinerating anything that's not serving your highest and best and cleansing your energy. And it can be very powerful. But if you happen to be home or near a pillow, a little extra tip on that one is after you finish and you feel that energy release, go grab a pillow. And if you're feeling a little wound up or tense, scream in the pillow afterwards. You will not believe you will feel a lot lighter when you're done. I know, sounds crazy, you're silly, you're fast. Or if you're not near a pillow, but you're in your car and nobody's around, so you don't freak anybody out, scream in your car. Just, right? Just scream in your car if you have to. But just that release of like a fire breath. Just picture the fire coming out of you and releasing that pent up negative energy. And then another one for the fire sign is I'm holding my hands up and rubbing them together in a circular motion. So rubbing your hands together. And when you're doing that, you're picturing that you're basically starting a fire. There's building an energy, a fire energy, building that fire between your hands until you feel that warmth, slowly building. Keep doing it till you feel that warmth, and just picture that you're putting anything that isn't working for you into that fire and releasing it out to the universe away. Thank you. Maybe you're giving it to God or whoever you call your higher power. Just here it is. Whew, gone. Okay. So that's one that I find easy to do when I'm maybe in a place where I'm around people and maybe I'm feeling a little overwhelmed or just needing a little quick release. It's like, yeah, maybe my hands are cold, but I can do it. So the last of the 4 elements I'm going to cover is the earth. And so earthing. So This one is really a good one to do outdoors. So if you can get outdoors, I don't care if it's for 30 seconds or 1 minute, but if you can get outdoors, and whether it's just doing some breath work outside, but what would be even better is if you can either touch the grass with your feet, some dirt, maybe you do some gardening, but we're talking about quick tools here. So most of the time that would be like for me, sometimes I literally stop my mid-work day and I run out to the yard and I stand in the grass and I just breathe and picture everything just melting into the earth and just melting away and just releasing anything that's stuck to me, just clearing it away back to the earth. No, I don't need to carry it around anymore. Just releasing that away. And so just connecting with something outdoors. Maybe you're going to be a tree hugger. Maybe go to hug a tree. I mean, that would help too. So that's an earth element. Get out there touching something that grows. And then another one would be dance. So turning on some music and dancing, put on something that makes you feel good, flowy, happy, energetic. Dance until you feel that energy shifting and leaving. If you're feeling particularly tense or wound up, I love this one. As a release, I will stomp. I do kind of like stomping in my dancing, like, sometimes even like punch it out is not like looking cool dance moves, right? But I do that. I will move in a way that I feel expresses all of my feelings. And usually by the time I'm like, whew, yeah, okay, I feel different and better and lighter and more grounded. So it's that intention of the movement and like I'll picture myself like flinging it away from me. Like, there you go, dancing it off. You're leaving as I flick my hands out, right? So these are some quick, fun, effective tools. I hope one or two of these jump out at you that you can use. And I would love it if you would go to the comments or jump on my Instagram even and share ways that you ground quickly and effectively. And are there other ways that I haven't mentioned that you love and really work for you? Let's share those tools with each other and just build that toolbox for ourselves, right? And for others. Because if it works for me, it might work for somebody else, right? And so why not share that tool with somebody else? So as you can see, most of those are fun, easy, quick, simple things you can do everywhere. And remember, they're effective because you're putting intention behind them. It's not just going through the motions of doing these things. It's really taking a minute, tuning in, getting that release, because we want to release that stuff that's sticky. It's not the good energy. It's the yucky vibes, that person that walked by, the bad phone call, just got in an argument with the customer service rep at the bank after being on hold for 45 minutes. That's just happened recently. There was some stomping, dancing going on after that one, but just these are ways we can do it. So when you think about it, you're going throughout the day. Yes, we want to do it at the beginning. The end is really helpful. And it can be as simple as saying, hey, I just cut all energy ties and setting that intention to release all energies that have attached to me throughout the day. Think of it like, when you're brushing your teeth, you got to get rid of that stinky breath because maybe you had some garlic breath. So it's that brushing our teeth again. So if you're trying to create a new habit, so maybe you do it once a day or once a week or never, and you're like, how do I start this practice to start helping myself feel better on a more regular basis, more grounded and more cleared, like my own energy cleared? Because the more we clear our own energy and are in that space, it creates a bigger capacity for more peace and joy, space to notice pleasure, space to notice how we're feeling when we don't have everybody else's stuff stuck and attached to us, right? So I have a couple of examples of ways you can stack when you make a new habit. I learned about how you can stack it on an existing habit to remember to do it easier. So like I've said this probably 3 or 4 times now, like in the morning, brush your teeth. Okay, after that, clear your energy for the day going ahead. Maybe you light a candle as you get ready and take a shower for the day. Or maybe it's the shower. You take an intention, you take that shower and you're like, I'm just cleansing anything from that bad dream I had. I'm just releasing all the energy. Or it could be that every time that you take a drink of water, you're like, make it the habit. I'm stacking. I took a drink of water. I'm intentionally letting that be the way I clear. So take a sip of water, clear. Just think of this, okay? Brush my teeth, time to clear. Sip of water, clear. Okay. So another one I was thinking of is like when you get a text, every time you start texting or responding to a text, clear yourself. Just let it be. Anytime you can attach it to something else, it just makes it a little easier. And the more you do it, it's actually quicker and easier to clear when you don't have it all the gunk built up. Like if you hadn't flossed in forever, brushed your teeth forever, it's going to take a while to get the cleaning done, right? Another way to do it is each time you change an activity you're doing or the environment you're in or the task you're doing, time to clear your energy, okay? Another one is, I've talked about this on other episodes, putting on a bracelet in the morning, setting the intention that every time you notice the bracelet, you're going to set the intention to remember to what? Clear the energy. You could also remember that it's a good idea to notice your emotions. And if you're really feeling intense, negative emotions, let that be another reminder. Time to clear. Okay. And then the last suggestion or example would be to set an alarm on your phone. I have to do that to remember to drink water as well when I was trying to set that as a new habit. So put it in there. Drink of water, clear my energy. Set an alarm. Maybe you have appointments throughout the day and you have the reminder pop up on your phone that you have the thing coming, and the notification, you can modify it. So it says, clear your energy, to remind you when you see the thing come up saying, hey, you have an appointment in 15 minutes. And it says the appointment, clear your energy, right there in your face, right? So we got to be creative ways to help remind ourselves of this new habit of how we clear and reset so we feel fresh and positive, right? So again, if you need a visual of these tools that we just went over and you need to see which sun signs are attached to the earth elements, again, check out the show notes for that visual download that you can do. And then again, I would love it if you would share ways you clear and ground your energy as well that you find really effective. I would love it if you would share those ideas, and also if you would be willing to share this episode with someone you think would be interested in hearing about it tied to their specific sun sign or their earth element. Send it to them if you think they'd be curious about that. So I hope this was fun and maybe just helps you think about doing this with some curiosity and playfulness, and maybe just helps you get through your days a little bit better. So thank you for joining me and have a lovely week.